Hello everybody, welcome to part 2 of Maria Trolle's Fairytale Worlds. And the page that we are coloring is page 67. It's called The Town Musicians of Bremen. In a German fairy tale collected by the brothers Grimm and published in Grimm's Fairy Tales in 1819. It tells the story of 4 aging domestic cats. So if you want to know more about this fairy tale or just want to remember it, you can find the information on Google. There we go. I've pulled out some greens for us to be able to do the trees. Now, before I write down these combos, it seems to me I'm missing one. I don't know why. That's kind of strange. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, so we have 911 olive green, 1058 90% warm gray, 908 dark green, 120 sap green light, 909 grass green. And I noted all of the color combinations from yesterday. So they're right here. You can take a screenshot, and I will also add the greens once I've tested them. And I will also add them to the description under the video. So let's get started. Go. So the darkest green is our dark green 908. We're going to start with that. Now, right here, there's going to be shade where we see here, this shape here, underneath will be darker. I do have one darker shade, which is 90% warm gray, 1058. So I'll do this first, and then if I need it to be even darker, I will go to the warm gray. Now, we know that the sun is going down, but we're still going to have a little bit more shade on one side than the other. So we're going to decide that the left side here of this branch is more shaded. I noticed yesterday in part 1, I kept calling this blue slate, but actually it's blue lake 1102. They're very, very close. So even if you took one or the other, you could probably hardly tell. So at least that's that. Here there's a tiny little area between the leaves here, so I'm going to darken that. And the light source would be coming here, so I won't darken this. I can darken it underneath. So underneath this. What an adventure yesterday was. Okay, this one seems to be going in the opposite direction so that it'll be darker on top here. Just from the direction here, I can tell there's a difference. Okay, so on the left sides here, just the left side, and underneath, like that. Okay, so here will be darker on the top because of the shape of this line. This one as well will be darker on the top of this shape. Okay, so here also, the way that the shape is moving, I would say that the shade would be over here, this one as well. So I'm just adding a lighter color, just one layer. Oh, that's up here. Let's go with our second color just to get an idea of how this is going. So far, I'm happy with the color. So that's a good thing. The next one will be the olive green 911. So I'm going to go upwards. I'm going lightly, about 4 layers, let's say, and I'm finishing off with 1 layer. Oh boy, I have lots of cat hair. I have a beautiful white cat. Her name is Luna. So I always have hair on my clothing. Sorry about that. The joys of owning a cat, which is okay. If that's the only problem, why not? She brings me a lot of joy. Okay, almost done here. There. I like it. All right, so let's go in with grass green 909. So we'll go over the whole thing lightly, and we'll go over a bit further. Let's do this little area here. So I'm back with my dark green 908. Okay. Then after that, I went in with the 911 olive green. And then with the 909 grass green. A beautiful green blue. Gorgeous blue. Well, green blue. Add some here and here. Light layer everywhere where I've been and coming out a little bit. So this one, the dark area was there and there, so I'm just extending with the grass green. Okay, so there would be some, no, that's on the right side, so I'll just go in a bit darker with the grass green there. And then the darker area was over here on the top. So sometimes you might say, oh, I think she forgot that area, or so you go ahead and follow what you feel needs to be done. So I probably didn't go far enough with my dark green here. So I'm going to go up a bit more. And then with the 911 olive green. Okay. Let's do the same here, come down a little bit. Now if I go with my darkest, that this one is underneath here. And then with the grass green, we went all over here. And the lightest one is our 120 sap green. So let's finish this off here with the sap green, blending everything together. No more white tooth. So let's use the sap green here. blend everything together. Turned my pencil in my hand so that I could have the sharper edge, and I don't have to sharpen as often. So with the dark gray, I'm just going to darken the area, the shaded area here. And then I go back with the 908 dark green and blend that out. There. So the same over here, the dark gray and on the left side, and then blend that out with the dark green. There we go. So the darkest is the gray, and then the dark green to blend it out. Okay, the next one we'll go back in with our lightest color here, the sap green. Blend everything. The sap green is the lightest down here. Down here. Okay, so let's go back from dark, which is on this side here and on the top here. With our dark green, we'll blend that out. I'll blend that out properly with the sap green. All right. So this we blended out with the sap green. The darkest was on top here. And on the left side here. So with the dark green, we blend that out. And let's go in with the 909 grass green so we can keep some of that color. And this one very lightly. So this little bend over here was on the top. So on the left side of this branch, with the darkest gray, and then with my dark green, 908, blend that out. And then with the olive green, we'll blend that out. And then with the green, grass green, and last but not least, the sap green on the bottom. Okay. So the darkest area is up here, and down the left. Okay, so dark green to blend that out. And then the next one, olive green, blend that out. The grass green, blend that out. And the sap green, blend the bottom here, the lightest part of the tree, then blend the whole thing. And start all over. Okay, so where should we start? Over here. The darkest is the gray. Dark green. So up here is going to be dark as well. So let's start with the lightest over here and see what happens. So if we go lighter here, dark to light. Okay, so with the dark green, getting confused. Okay, that was my light area, and then the next light is the grass green. And we'll go over that with the olive green. Okay, and then with the sap green, we will lighten up this here, lighten up this, and then this. With the grass green, we will do the rest. Let's blend that in with the sap green. And then with the dark green, we'll come back over here where it's supposed to be dark. And then with the olive green, we blend that out. And then with the grass green, we blend that out. Okay. Okay, so now with the dark green, we will blend this out here, blend this out here, with the olive green, so I think that's good. We don't have to go there. And or this part here with the grass green, we will go ahead and add it up here. And then with the sap green, we finish it off down here. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive green to that because it's a little bit too much. I'm just gonna add a little tiny bit here, just to say that it tones it down a little bit. Okay. Are we okay over here? Everything seems good. Okay, let's add some sap green light over here. Make sure that we have a nice light area here. Okay, we have a light area here, a light area here. And with the dark green, these are the dark areas here. Okay, I'm just going to lighten this up with the sap green light. That. With the olive green, I'm going to come out from this dark area here. This dark area here. With the green, grass green, I will go out a little bit over here and blend that in with the sap green. Okay. So from the sap green, I'm going to take the grass green and blend some of that out. I'm going to go over that with the sap green. Get all that to blend. This needs more blending here. I don't want harsh lines unless it's the cloud's shape. So here, this is the cloud's shape, so I almost darkened it. Almost. I like how this is looking. So I had to speed it up. Um, and since I did a one tree with you, I think hopefully you're able to do the second tree. So now we're going to continue on with some green a little lower. That will make the page really be more balanced out. So let's get going. Let's start these little pine trees behind the house. So we're going to use the same combo. We're going to start with the dark green. Let's get that nice and sharp. So there's going to be some shading on this side of the house. Can you see all of the house? Yeah, okay. So we're going to have, under each line here, we're going to add some dark green right underneath here. I'm going in a small circular motion. I'm pressing medium. So medium-handed, not too light, not too hard. So finally this page is coming together. I don't like that I can see. I'm thinking that out of all the Prismacolor pencils, it's all the yellows that I was using that was the hardest to get used to on this paper. So it might be the recipe of those pencils, I don't know. I'll see, it seems to me with the green that everything went well. But yeah, maybe I'm just getting used to a different paper. That could be as well. So this lovely little cottage in the middle of nowhere with a cozy fireplace. Could have been very nice also to do this in winter, a winter scene. There's nothing better than being in a cozy little cottage in the middle of winter with a nice hot stove. The next one is the olive green, so we'll just add on to that a little bit lower beneath. So we're getting different shades in the tree by just going underneath like that, going over it just a bit. So now we have two different shades happening. Let's do one on the top here. Okay. So this is very pretty as is. So I'm just going to complete where there's the paper, and that's how I'm going to have my trees looking. So I'm not blending, I'm just going where pencil is needed. All right, that looks good. With the pencil blender, the Prismacolor blender, I'm going to go in. I used it in some of the areas on the tree when I would see that my Prismacolor was too much. Sometimes you can tell that you have too much wax on the paper, so you don't want to add more, and you still have white paper to work out. So if you have tooth still showing, but you've put down plenty of wax pencil, then with the blender you'll be able to just eliminate the white tooth and not adding wax. So here I'm going to go just in circles. So it's eliminating the white tooth. And it's giving us a nice little pine tree. This blender you can get open stock. It's number, oh, they put the number at this end. I should have sharpened starting this end. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I think it was 1077. Okay, that's looking quite pretty. I'm gonna get another green out. Let me get my pencils. Okay, so I found the apple green, the 912 apple green. So let's start that over here. Do all of the outside. The bottom, the light is hitting from behind and the bottom leaves are catching some of it. Okay, so with the yellow that I used up for the sky, the 1011 Deco yellow, and we'll put some here. All right. Okay, they're almost done. Let's go in with our darkest. So dark green, 908. So here is going to be the darkest. Over here. There. So it's the same thing as up above, the trees. The darkest parts are on top of where we have lines here. Those are the darkest areas. Or underneath, depends on the direction that they are. On the left side of the branch. Let's go in with the next one, which is olive green. So over where the darkest is, and we're coming out. Filling up whatever white is left of the paper. I'll do this one here in with the apple green 912. I will blend everything out very lightly. I'll be using the blender to blend all this. So on the left side here will be dark. And over this hill here, well, a hill, a bunch of leaves. Okay, let's get the blender out. So we have a lot of foliage. All right, so that's looking good. You know what I feel like doing? I hope I don't make a mistake. I want to add a bit more magenta. So I come down here. The 930 magenta, I'm going to add a bit more here. I just noticed that there's an area here that could. Oh. Let's add a tiny bit in the corner here. Just a little. Just to see, maybe. And with the hot pink, should be here. It is. All right, so with the hot pink, $9.93. Blend that out a bit. All right, just enough to see it. Let's put some on this side here. All right, just a tad more, right? As we add green here, we can sort of see that coming together. With the blue lake, I'm going to make sure that this is dark enough. Whatever we can get on there. All right, just a little bit more. Let's see about this corner here. All right, so let's continue with the greenery. So with our apple green, $9.12. On the tops, all the tops, they will be the lightest. Still getting some of that light hitting on it. These look like they're shrubs. You can go ahead and do those. Okay. The only thing I don't miss about this scenery are mosquitoes. Okay, so here there's going to be a little darkness, so a little bit of shade with the 908 dark green. So down in here will be the darker area. Over here between the branches. Now with the olive green, wherever we can see some white. Along this tree will be shading. I'm going to come over these little tiny leaves here with a little pen. Probably a jelly roll, I would think. Okay, so we're going to go in with the colorless blender. I'm going to sharpen it because these are very small areas. I'm gonna clean off the little tip. It gets kind of dirty when we're coloring like this. So to keep the page nice, you just clean your tip, the tip, and brush away the little dirt. It's the wax that has lifted from the rubbing with the pencil. And put some yellow here and here, so we can see the sunset coming down. So we'll come in here with some jelly roll. Because this is very, very tiny. Very tiny. There we go. All right. So I think we're going to call it a day, and we'll be back for part 3. Please like and subscribe, and thank you so much for listening. Let's zoom this out here like that. So this is the view. Now I'm liking it, so much better. And with all the greenery, it really just makes it all that much better. So see you for the next part. Bye bye.